We are going through a real juxtaposition here in the Going Home household. Back in early August, I started feeling very autumnal and ready to get the candles out, make the most of our cosy blankets, and simply start slowing down. Whilst I do still feel like that, we are pushing our renovation project forward, making lots of noise and mess, but most importantly, making progress. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell from behind me, I'm currently in the apartment. Here in the UK, it's been quite overcast, there's been quite a lot of rainfall recently. And I don't know about you, but it's just making me feel so cozy. Like I'm just ready for autumn now, which doesn't make any sense considering we're in August. But even now, I'm wrapped up in my favourite green throw. This is from Autumnal, and I'm just here for it. I'm ready for Starbucks to bring back their pumpkin spice lattes. All I've really been doing is working on the bungalow. I also started my project that I mentioned last week, which I'll be showing a few little spoiler shots in this video. Another thing that I've been doing, which is the haul that you didn't ask for, but I'm going to show you what I've been collecting anyway, talking about autumn and all things cozy. I have decided to commemorate, is that the right word? Commemorate the seasonal change that's just about to happen, or feels like it's already happened. I'm still waiting for the trees to start turning outside, which, it's gonna be so nice, especially down at the bungalow. So let me show you these little bits that I've found. These beautiful hand towels, we have been using them, so don't look too closely. But I found this one. I'm just gonna make sure I know exactly which shop they're from. Okay, so this one is from Next. Look how cute. And the little tag says pumpkin patch. I'm pretty sure this was £8. But yeah, I just love that. All the different sized pumpkins in the different shades. And then I'm pretty sure, yes, this was from Asda. George Asda, and this was £5. Very, very similar, except as opposed to the other one, it's got like a little dotty design. But yeah, look how cute it is. And they're really soft as well. Oh, even the other side looks very sweet. Oh, maybe it should have been that side, because I've been using it as if it's this side, but actually, oh, that is so cute. I love that. Yeah, but then the label is down here, so I guess it doesn't really matter. I also picked up this cushion from Asda for £10, and I'm just obsessed with this checkerboard print at the moment. Just think it's so cool, and it's really fluffy, so that can sit right by me. And then went to TK Maxx with my mum, who treated me to a few little bits. I found this. I've left the price on £4.99. Yeah, there we go, £5. You can see the pumpkin, all these beautiful leaves. If we're having a movie night, we can put obviously our snacks in here. But yeah, I really like this sort of milky white colour. And I just think this is beautiful, all of this detail. So pretty. Oh, I'm really excited to show you this. This little pumpkin plate, which was £5.99, and it's made in Portugal. I've missed shopping like this. I've missed buying little bits that just, if you want snacks for the evening, or you know, you're putting together a little spread for your friends, like you just want to make that event feel very special, don't you? So yeah, that was my little haul. As I previously mentioned, I've just started the first project in my guest bedroom series, and I've been really enjoying working on it so far. And here's what I've been working on. I'm not sure if it's French or Spanish, but this antique bedside cabinet I found on Facebook Marketplace. I think I paid £60 for it, and I could see the potential, especially in that scalloped drawer, and I just liked all of the turned legs. I could see it being used for something really special, and got inspired by a different piece in West Elm. It was a lot more of a modern type bedside cabinet, but what I loved about it, what drew me in, was the woven shelf on the bottom, which just gave it a bit more texture. It was just a bit more interesting to look at, and I loved, actually saying that, I loved the stain colour on it. I thought that was really beautiful, and just the drawer pull itself was also gold. So I just like that combination together. And I got an idea to do something very similar to this piece. So I want to attempt on doing a woven design. It's been my first time doing it. And as opposed to the draw pull on the West Elm piece, I have decided to go for this lovely handle that I found off of Etsy. But I'm planning on doing a whole video dedicated to that project, which I'm hoping, and I don't want to promise anything and let anyone down, but it should be next week, and if not, it's the following week for sure. I've loved working on it, and it's been a long process because I've just been waiting for a few things to arrive, but we're getting there. It's almost at that point where I can just show you the before and after of that piece. Now though, we really need to catch up on the bungalow, because I'm pretty sure the last thing that you would have seen, I went round with my cheese wheel, that's what I called it, my foam edging. I went around every single wall in the bungalow prepping for screed. And basically we wouldn't want any residual heat to escape. We want to obviously harness that heat. But since then, and it's gonna feel like we've skipped a few steps, but I'm going to go through everything with you so you know exactly where we're at. But the first thing that's happened is that we've had underfloor heating installed. We got someone else to install it just because I needed a break after putting down all of that membrane and the insulation boards. I don't know how it came across on camera, but having to fold out all of the membrane, cut it to size, and then stick it onto the walls and do that in multiple different spaces, make sure that there was no gaps or anything. It was really labour intensive, and I had to be on my knees quite a lot. And then once that first layer had gone down, then I had to cut all of the insulation boards in like a Tetris puzzle piece, and then I had to go through the whole membrane stage again. Which, if you've been following, you know that I hate that job. I don't want to have to do it again. We are going to have an extension at some point, so I'm going to have to do it again. For that reason, it made so much more sense to have a professional to come in and install it. So that is in now, amazingly. The second thing that's happened is that the entire footprint of the bungalow has now been screeded. So we've got a complete level base flooring running throughout the whole property. It means that this is the first job that we've completed in getting things back together in the bungalow. So yeah, feeling really proud that we've got that done. As you can imagine, the screed has needed a few days to completely set so we can finally go in and walk on it. As of tomorrow, we're going to go down. We've got a list of jobs that we want to do. So yeah, so lots of exciting things. You'll be able to see the screed for the first time, which is really exciting. So I will catch you guys tomorrow.
Oh my god, I'm in.
Yay!
I'm in.
Woo!
2 months or something. Oh my god, this is weird. It's been taking a while getting used to.
I know. All of this mess down here is from the builders sorting out where the kitchen used to be on the other side of this wall. All of this was messed up, so they're rectifying it now. Now that the screed is down, one thing that we really want to do is make the porch as accessible as possible for James. So at the moment there is a door sill, and once James has been pushed up into the porch, there's another lip. So what I need to do is get rid of that. And thankfully, JCB Tools have gifted me a few tools from their website, one of which is their multi-tool with an 18-volt lithium-ion battery and their 40-piece accessory set. So I've got a brand new set now. Our old one got completely demolished in the demo stage. A lot of the pieces were missing, so thank you guys. To cut the door sill out, I'm going to be using this multi-tool, and what's great about it is that it's got anti-vibration, so it's not going to shake me around and leave me feeling like jelly afterwards. If I wanted to do some precise work, like cutting, skirting or coving, then What's great is you can actually change the speed setting. I'm not going to worry about that for this job because it's just a simple cut one end, then hopefully the whole thing comes up and I can get rid of it. Changing your blade is also super easy to do. No alloy keys are needed. You simply pull the lever up and over, which releases the blade from the slot. Grab the new blade you want to use, position it in place, and pull the lever up and back over to the original position, and you're ready to go. Annoyingly, it seems that the lip was actually glued to the floor, and I didn't realise that the entire plank actually sits underneath both sides of the walls, so it's going to take a while for me to actually get that out.
It is slowly lifting everywhere.
Hey. Whoa, are you alright?
Yeah.
So the plan for this is we're going to eventually sink in the shower tray, but we were going to make it so that it was flush with the rest of the floor, so you won't actually see that it's a shower tray, but there will be sort of like a rectangular drain, won't there?
Just like a wet room kind of thing. This will all be level, and then we need to do this because the screed was too deep, so we need to lay less screed and then lay the shower tray, and then it'll all be flush.
So we have to create this sort of frame.
It's worked really well, I think.
It's done its job. Got a slight breakage over here, but like you said,
that'll be fine. Once this is all tiled, you won't even notice all of like.
Yeah. This is the shower tray. Oh, there is that little bit.
And it will sit.
Actually, yeah, this is like the moment of truth now, isn't it?
It might not sit perfectly because of the membrane around it, but it's roughly. You can cut these down a little bit as well. By the looks of it, this is just foam. So it'll be something. Oh wow, okay. Yeah. But then imagine,
obviously the drain's covered up, so it can't click into place completely. Should we leave it like that?
Yeah, I think that's alright.
Just let it do its thing.
It's weird, I can't see, like this is obviously designed to have a bit of a fall down to the drain, but you can't really see, it.
I think the first job we should do is take out all of the wood panels and the bricks in every doorway. And then we can get ready to start standing knife in all the way along the edge. Right, let's get on with this.